Hello and welcome to this week's video. Today I'm doing something a little bit random. Basically the idea of the video is I'm going to stand here and tell you what I'd buy if I won the lottery. Over the last week I've been kind of thinking, what would I actually buy if I won the lottery? Like, I don't know why, because the odds of that happening is really low, especially considering I don't actually buy lottery tickets. So, yeah. I think tonight, because it's Wednesday when I'm filming this, Yeah, it's Wednesday and I think there's a big lottery thing. I think there's a chance to win £22.1 million or something tonight on the lottery, which is insane. So I thought, okay, if I won that, what would I spend it on? And that's what I'm going to tell you. Now, we're going to forget giving money to family, friends and charities and things like that for the moment, and we're just going to think, what physical things am I going to spend this money on? The very first thing on the list that I would have to buy is a pair of Nike Air Mags. Now, these are the nicest shoes in the world. They're the shoes from Back to the Future 2, the ones that Marty wears, with the power laces and everything. I'll put pictures in. There have been actually 2 releases of these shoes. I think the first one was in 2011 and this one was actually this year. And yeah, I would love to own a pair of those. I think the 2011 ones probably sell for around $10,000, I think. Maybe pounds. One or the other. I think the new ones are a lot more expensive. The second thing on the list is a bit weird for me, considering I hate driving. I hate everything about it. I find it really boring. But I have, well, there's actually 3 cars that I really like, and I'm just gonna, yeah, I want all 3. So, first car that I'd like to buy is a Land Rover Defender. I'd either go for a 90 or a 110. I think the 110's a bit big and I don't think I'd be able to drive or park them, especially park. I think they can be quite expensive if you buy them all done up and looking nice, which I'd probably do because I wouldn't want to spend ages redoing a car and whatever. But it doesn't really come close to the other 2 cars that I like. The second car is the BMW i8. Literally one of the nicest cars I've ever seen. It's like so futuristic and just awesome. Yeah, I have nothing else to say really. It's just an awesome car, so that would be another thing. I'll add pictures either side of my head maybe, or I'll duck on one above. Now the third car that I'd like to buy would be a Lamborghini Aventador. I'd have to have one. Like, if I won 22 million pounds, I would have to buy one. It is like the ultimate car. I've never seen a car in my life that I've liked more than a Lamborghini Aventador. It is so nice. I'd be terrified to drive it because I'm not a good driver, I don't think. Those are 3 very expensive items, but you know, if I won the lottery, it wouldn't matter. I could just spend this shit. I'm not going to stand here and talk about investing the money so it could last my entire life, am I? It's, you know, it's basically saying, what could I buy if I won 22 million pounds? The next thing I'd buy, I wouldn't buy it straight away because I'm 19 and I'm supposed to be going to uni next year for 4 years, so it'd be a bit stupid to buy it, but I would like to buy a massive plot of land somewhere and just build a house from scratch. Now this is going to sound weird, but I've actually designed my own house for the future already. I definitely plan on building a house from scratch at some point in the future. I couldn't imagine living in a traditional house. It would bore the shit out of me. So I'd have to buy land, build, whatever. I might add a little picture of the drawing I did because it's not to scale or anything, but there's the idea. The next thing I'd probably get at the same time I got the house, because I'd be living on my own, and yeah. I would actually buy a dog. I know that's not like a huge thing. Dogs aren't that expensive. I could probably buy one now. I'd buy a Doberman because they're awesome. So I get a Doberman, maybe 2, maybe 12. I don't know, I'll decide. I'm not going to list too many like clothes and shoes and things like that because the list would go on forever. I'd literally just never stop buying until I run out of money. But I'd like to own a pair of Pharrell's NMDs. If you don't know what they are, I'll show you like a picture of the specific pair I want. They're the yellow ones. This is a collaboration with Adidas. I think these are some of the nicest shoes I've ever seen in my whole life. I'd love to have them, but they're quite expensive now. I think they were an okay price when they first came out, but the resale is just a joke. I think it's about £1,400 for these now, which I would never pay for shoes in this. Well, I could. I don't know. Maybe one day I'd buy them, but not right now. Actually, I've won the lottery in this magical world, so I may as well just buy all of the colours. So I'll put them all up here. Oh my god, this is hurting my back. Okay. The next thing isn't actually a physical thing, it's a holiday. I would love to go on holiday to Alaska. I'd love to live in Alaska, but holiday first. Alaska for me is just the coolest place on the planet. I've never wanted to go anywhere else more than Alaska. I'd love to go kayaking in Alaska, which brings me on to the next thing as well, because I'd like to buy a kayak with this money, and I'd go kayaking all the time. But I'm going too in depth into this. I've probably made quite a big dent in the money so far. I mean, building a house from scratch would be pretty expensive. One really weird thing I'd like to do, now I think about it, is, you know how like at Christmas you go to a tree farm to get the Christmas trees? I'd love to just own a tree farm. I wouldn't even have to sell the trees at Christmas, I'd just own a farm full of trees. I think trees are cool. That sounds really stupid. If I couldn't buy like a plot of land and plant a shitload of trees and have a tree farm, I'd love to own like part of a forest or something, so it could just be mine. That would be awesome. Like, I could just have my own forest. I could use it for photography and all that. It would just be really cool. So this is why you shouldn't trust me with a lot of money, because I'd spend it on random things like a f***ing tree farm. Yeah, I imagine I'd probably spend a lot of money on electronics, because that's just something I'm interested in. I'd probably spend a lot on travelling. I'd definitely spend a lot on shoes. Oh, another thing I'd love. This is this one's a bit extreme. I would love a totem pole, like just a f***ing huge totem pole made for me, like 10 foot tall or something, but I would like it in a modern style. I actually made a modern totem pole for my art project at college. It turned out a bit shit, but I'll see if I can add a picture here. I didn't like it on the pictures and I didn't like it in person, so there might not be a picture here. I might just be pointing at a wall. I'm holding my phone between my elbow. I think as I've been speaking, something's just been delivered downstairs. I hope the person hasn't heard me. 1 second. I literally think every video I've ever filmed there's been a delivery coming, so I've been like on edge the whole time. I think that's it actually, you know, not much, really. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment in the description of what you would buy if you won the lottery, if you won. Now this video is actually a little bit inspired by Shane Dawson's short film called The Lottery. It's based on a chapter from his book, and I think a chapter, and it's also based on real life, something that actually happened to him. It's a really funny video, a bit sad as well. You should definitely go watch it, and yeah, I'll leave the link in the description. If you like the video, like the video. If you like me, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye. There's a present. Very Christmassy. You can't see shit. I'll put it over here and then you can see it. Okay, I'm gonna try and make an origami tree now, which is gonna be a f***ing challenge.